Problem 15 on the practice test wants us to factor x squared minus 25. This is really a very nice problem. It is a difference of two squares, and so we have the option of first recognizing that it is a difference of two squares and using that pattern or that shortcut to write our equivalent factored form. However, we can always use our normal trinomial rules in order to solve this. So I'm going to solve this using the box method. So in order to use the box method, I need three terms. Instead of having x squared minus 25, I want to have x squared plus 0x minus 25. In our box, we put in our first term in the top left and our last term in the bottom right, just as we always do. Now we know, just like when we've solved by quadratic trinomials before, we want to multiply to that last term and add to that middle term. Well, this time the middle term's 0. For two numbers to add to 0, they have to be the exact same number and be opposite signs. So we want one number that's positive, one number that's negative, and they have to be the same number. They have to multiply to negative 25. That's pretty easy to figure out. It's going to be 5 and negative 5. So I can continue filling in my box. Now that my box is completely full, I'm going to go ahead and factor out what it would take to multiply to get these things. Well, x squared is always x times x. To get 5x from x, we have to multiply times a positive 5. So our first factor we know is x plus 5. To get negative 5x from multiplying times an x, we have to multiply with a negative 5. Our second factor then is x minus 5. I'm going to write that first factor in parentheses, then I'm going to write the second factor in parentheses multiplying with it. This is my final answer, x plus 3 times x minus 5. If you use the difference of two squares, you would have gotten this exact answer if you used the pattern right. Notice that the two binomial terms, the two-term polynomials, are almost the exact same, with just that last term being a different number, being a negative instead of a positive. Now that you've seen problem 15 worked out, I want you to please factor x squared minus 49. Please pause this video to give yourself a chance to write down this problem.